This is Cobalt Zed. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to what may be kind of a strange experiment. This is Aurora 4X, which many of you know, or if you don't know, you should, is a very complicated and intriguing 4X strategy game, which is available for free, by the way, at the website. If you just Google Aurora 4X, the website's something different, but I don't recall what. I kind of want to try this. This is going to be, first of all, a fairly casual Let's Play, and I say in the first little document, the notepad document, Aurora 4X Casual Let's Play Framework. Because although I have played around with this game a bit, I don't know it as well as I should probably, and things are probably going to get screwed up on occasion, but that's kind of part of the fun in a way. So let me just talk about this framework, and then I'll talk about the second document. But so the framework, the kind of role play framework for this, if you like, is that there was a military coup a year ago. They made me dictator, but they made me dictator with the provision that a board of governors will assume control on or about 2064. So basically like 40 years from now, or 39. The civilian administrator of each colony, in other words, the governors will each have a seat on the so-called Board of Governors, and the Board of Governors will be able to pass law. Excuse me. However, in kind of contrast and or potentially conflict with the Board of Governors, there will be a naval general staff that will implement law and in some cases interpret, so I expect there will be some tension between those two. Now obviously this is a role play scenario in most cases, unless any of you get interested in it and want to have a say, which if you do, feel free, but most cases it's going to be me arguing with me here. So as long as we just realize that and it doesn't get too weird or too kind of strange. The General Naval Staff, as I've set out so far, will be Chief of Staff, Deputy Chief of Staff, Staff Judge Advocate, and Inspector General. This is partially a modified version of my Hearts of Iron 3 rules, which I talked about quite a while ago. So it's modified in that it's not going to work quite the same as that, but actually we'll see how it works. But so the Naval General Staff will be staffed by naval personnel, and I left blank after there a space for a name, but also for a rank. I'm almost inclined to say First Space Lord for Chief of Staff, but maybe I should go like Admiral. What would that make? Deputy would be a vice. SJA would be a rear admiral. Probably Inspector General too. So let's just go ahead and say Admiral whomever. And then this would be Admiral. Did I say Admiral? No, this is Rear Admiral. And then this is going to be a Rear Admiral. Honestly, I've said before, some of my keys don't have lettering on them anymore. The IG will probably just be, no, probably a Rear Admiral again. Honestly. Okay, I know there's an A in there somewhere. So I'm going to have to sign these along the way. So that's the kind of the framework. The second thing is this fleet info document, which is basically kind of looking at what different ship classes might be. This is going to change probably a lot because I'll probably build a cruiser and it'll end up being an R1, so the categories won't really match. I just wanted to kind of have it lined up. I also like the idea of like a chain of like a career path for our naval officers. So basically, you have to go from R1 to R2 to R3. Obviously, you can't skip. Intermittently between assignments to those, you can have staff positions. I say up to 2, and it's going to vary. And early on, it's going to have to vary a lot because we have no ships. Then I have this mandatory retirement age. I think that it makes sense, and from a role play point of view is kind of interesting. Once you get up to Rear Admiral, there is none, because we figure if you live that long, then, you go. I also like this. I have mandatory retirement, medical retirements, like R1, anyone who is less than excellent. Like, there's a fair. So according to the mandatory medical retirement, I would retire that person due to medical, and I will. And part of this is for role play. Part of this also is as you get along and you have a couple of naval academies, like the lieutenant commander list just gets immense. The other side of that is if we have, like, there's one, so he's good, he or she. He's 23 years old. Oh, not him. Callum Shaw is 24, is in good health. But, if this becomes an important commander for us and then it becomes like a rear admiral or something, if they're at good right now, by the time they get up there, they're going to be dead, basically. So it's part of this medical retirement thing. Excuse me, wow, I'm having to breathe. Yeah, it's summertime or almost, and my breathing, which is not good at the best of times, is even less good. So, as I was saying, basically I'm going to retire these people based on this standard over here. So good is less than excellent, so he's retired, and he doesn't have a whole lot of stats anyway. One thing I do need to look at, and I don't very much, is these personality traits down here. To some extent, especially when I make assignments, there's a good Luke Skinner, you are medically retired due to medical. There's another one. Okay, boom, we're getting rid of a bunch. So now let's just take a quick run through our commanders. Less than excellent is the standard here as well. Okay, they're all good. Captains, this is R3, less than good. There's an excellent. There's an excellent. That's all we have. So unfortunately, now to go back to the framework, because I need a rear admiral at least for some of these staff positions, I just can't frame them. I can't assign them. Now, the other thing is we have this staff officer here, fleet command and so on. That is a totally different staff office assignment than the general staff. So the naval general staff is true in most militaries. High up, there's like a general staff or something similar that manages things and decides things and etc. But they're way up. And then there's the actual staff officers in the fleet headquarters, and you see this is only an R3 excuse me, an R3 assignment anyway. So this is more like tactical staff officers. General staff is more like strategic, if you want to look at it that way. I didn't change my name here, so we're stuck with Terran Federation, but that's okay. Somehow I started it the wrong way so that I didn't get to actually name the empire. I would have called it like Board of Governors or something. I don't know. So I've taken a look at that. Now the next thing I have to look at, and this ties in, but we have to assign someone to be governor of Earth. Now it only requires an A3, but that doesn't mean I'm going to just go to an A3. But this James Miles only has nothing, so there's no way. I would like to see. Shipbuilding is good, but I would like to see mining, and I'd like to see population growth. My freaking cat is like doing God knows what. There are a lot of bonuses right there. Wow. Hey, cat, what are you doing? I like my cat a lot. My cat's awesome, but my cat is also annoying. I didn't want her to hear, so who did I say had a lot of stuff? There's mining, there's shipbuilding, there's factory. I really hope there's pop. That's the only population growth. So Jake Henry is being assigned to as governor of Earth. Now I should say, wait, I didn't do it actually. So right away, if there were a board of governors, but I think that only begins in 2064. He would be the first member on the board of governors. So that takes care of a bunch of things. Now I need to, as always, and this part of the game I think it is super, super fun if you're playing, but really tedious to watch if you're watching. And that is the research, which is a huge, I mean, that's one of the R's. No, it's 4X. But it should be R and 4X. Research is like key in so many of these. And I'm going to just start off the top. I'm going to run these through. I'm not going to talk about these a lot. I have kind of a tendency to just start with the smaller things right away. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just feel like if it doesn't cost much, then we probably can do it without much hassle. I don't even know what I'm saying. Excuse me, I'm coughing again, and there's like thunder outside, and it's a weird day. I'm going to queue that. I'm going to just queue a bunch of stuff here because I don't want to. I have a tendency to not pay that. I mean, I pay attention to research. You have to. It's hugely important. But I'm just going to throw a bunch up there, and I'm going to take some labs away. Probably 10. Because, let's see, defensive systems is a good one. Let's go for shields, I guess. I also have to make sure I occasionally make the mistake of like clicking on the person, but then accidentally taking like this person, and when I go to like P&P, so, but Madison Stewart is DS. We want next, probably that, and next probably that, and next probably that. Okay. Do we have logistics ground control? Is that what I want? Yeah, I want to start working on, hold on, is this not, oh, we're trans-Newtonian apparently too, by the way. I don't think I selected that. I hope we don't have like some really weird things in our game because of that. Well, I already have a DS. Let's go to missiles and kinetic. And what is a Ganga anti-ship missile? Holy shit. I have never heard of some of these things. Now see, I did it again. Missiles kinetic. Oh, let's take some away. Let's create. Yep, and then MK. I might have to check and see what we already have. I don't know what that even is, but I'm going to put it in there. Izmir. Well, I think we have either a really good or a very strange start. Now, I really would want to get, which is the one I really want, a construction production. We don't have anyone who specializes in that, but I could just drop somebody in there. What I want to do, I'm going to take 1 and 1. Oop, 1. I'll just put this DS on here. I want research rate. Where are you? And then I probably want the next, if there is another one, yeah, I'll get construction. And then I will get shipbuilding. I'm not quite sure what status we're in because I'm seeing some things here I have never seen before, so this could be interesting. Can we build a ship already? Hold on. Before I get there. Oh, by the way, too, these episodes are probably going to go long. Look at the size of our civilian fleets already. It's like, holy shit. Let's increase that by 2. I guess I'm going to increase this by 2 also. And then I think, is there anything else I need to look at? We don't have ships already, do we? No. We don't have anything in here. One thing I have to figure out is how to set up my own task force or battle groups or whatever you want to call them. Okay, now we're going to just bop. Yeah, we're going to bop. That's a trans-Newtonian term for sure. We're going to just bop ahead a few months and see what happens. Obviously, the 2 things we most need to do, first of all, is we need to build, unless we already know, we need to build a survey ship. I haven't even looked at Earth yet. What does Earth have? I just did there, but I missed it. Good amount of uranium. That's nice. Oh, nice amount of thorium too. That's good. I always tend to run out of thorium, but 224. Yeah, we got a pretty lucky start here, I think. When are these shipyard things done? Doesn't say. September of 26. Okay. Now, this whole time, up till 64 or about there, we do have this kind of underlying background thing of the Board of Governors assuming like governance. And I don't know how that's going to play out as far as me being a dictator. Maybe I'll, because it's an interesting thing about role-play in games is that, oh, you know what? I should have assigned some people to staff. Hold on. Let's take an R3 because I just don't like. You're a pretty good officer, so you're going to be for now. Captain Bethany Stewart is going to be the commanding officer of Fleet Headquarters. Stephen Brady, you can just take. Most of these are M2s. I guess I'll go to my 2s. Elise Doherty. What do you have a bonus in? Mining communications. Okay. Communications officer. Lauren Ahmed. You have operations 20. That's nice. Surveys 22. You're going to go to ops. This is basically what I'm doing here is just trying to assign them so they have kind of start their career path, basically. You have survey, you have fighter. Okay, so you're going to be fighter ops, which we don't have anything. Reese Fitzgerald. That's an interesting name. I like that name. You have logistics. I know we already have one. Who don't we have? Survey bonus 15. That's not bad. Kai Cole. I'm also checking their health conditions while I do this. What do we have left? I want somebody who has better intelligence for that. Didn't I assign someone to ops? You're going public affairs. Cameron Walker. Well, we don't have anyone assigned to intelligence. That's just annoying. Any of you guys have intelligence bonuses? I'm sitting, by the way, with the microphone like right in my face, so I hope that I won't start like whispering as I kind of, there we go, there's intelligence. As I tend to do. I know I get going, and then pretty soon I'm like, oh, let's see, Jordan Perry. And then I realize I'm actually talking into a microphone, and I try to kick it up again. But as I've said, some of that too is just my asthma. It's not that easy for me to keep doing this forever. I just start running out of... Is it everybody signed? It looks... Hold on, now I'm looking at the wrong spot. Looks good. Ops. Nobody has ops. Can I assign a commander? No, you are the what's it. You're gonna go into ops. You're a higher rank for that, but oh, it's too high rank. I don't know if I've seen that before. Well, basically, ops is going to be vacant, so there we go. I don't want to spend a lot of time doing that. I can check and see what we have finished here, which I have no idea. Let's just see if we can build an engine to start with. Oh, shit, we have nuclear thermal already. Now, I know I've been trying to figure out where the cutoff is for commercial versus military. I know one of the cutoffs is 50, is 25 there. That says commercial engine. Now see, let's go to 30 just for my hour. 27. Still says commercial, but let's just stay here. Oh, maybe it has to be at least that. I bet if I go, yep, 23 is military. So 25 fuel consumption, whatever HS is, which I should know, but I don't. 62 power, that's not horrible. And it's commercial. I love going with production facility names, but I think I'm going to do what I have done before, and which I learned this actually from Tortuga Power. I'm going to go year, and I'm going to do engine power so that I can easily see what it is. Now let's just produce that thing. Come over here. We have 8 labs. What in the shit? Well, that's good, because I need a P&P, and I don't have a P&P. So I'll just take someone else. We have an ion drives and all kinds of shit, but I want to build that. I guess I'll just assign you. Yes, I'm sure. And how long is that going to take? February. Yeah, only 28 days. That's good. That is good. Now I got to look over it here. I haven't used any construction yet. Well, I don't want it to sit it unused. I definitely don't want that. I know one thing I want to do. I want to build a military academy, just one, at 20. And I want to build. Well, we'll need some of those. We'll need some of all of this here. Deep space tracking station. Very cool. Automated mines. But I think right now I'm going to start pumping out, I don't know, like 1,000 infrastructure at, say, 40. Oh, I know what else. I'll build a few more labs. I'm going to build, what is that? 40 is left. I'm going to build like 20. I don't want to overdo labs. I'll maybe build like 30. 40, 80, 100. So those 30, or is that the first one done in 68? 68. Well, things might be very different by then. Let's just go a month. Let me just see if I can design. Where am I? New. I don't want to design a cruiser. I want to design. Well, what I want to design is a GEV, but let's just start with, see if I can design a freighter. Because you might be like, freighter, you have nothing to freight. And that's true, but sooner I build a freighter, sooner what you call it. Let's just rename. If it's going to be a, I don't know why, it's like one of my favorite names for a freighter, the Whale. We'll build the Whale class freighter if we can. Let's drop this on there. It's commercial, is 1,600 tons, but now the question is, do we have, look at all the laser shitting weapons we have already. I don't know, this is a weird start. I'm not sure what happened. Cargo handling. I'm going to add a cargo handler. And I'm going to add a cargo hold. How much does that hold? 50,000, whatever. It's got a range of 1.3 billion, which isn't a lot. How big is that? How far does that go? I know it's possible to like click. Maybe you have to like shift click or control click. Okay, let's find Earth. Where is it? Is it way in here? Yeah, we've got a ways to go. How far is one? Nope, not that. Is 1 billion kilometers. Okay, it's a goodish distance. You can do it if we were in like the core solar system here. And out of ways. Well, I'm out of ways. Let's just see how far is this. That's the shift click. Okay, 1 billion is about there. But it would definitely get to Luna, it would get to Mars, it would get to Jupiter. Ooh, would it get to Jupiter and back? No. So I think I need to design a little more fuel on here. But it's huge. Can we even build 57-ton ships yet? Nope. Well, so that's a problem. We're going to have to hold on that. Or just build it. Shit. Or build it smaller. Shit. Too many buttons. It's not what I want. I wanted this one. Wake up. Where are you? I don't want to move this all over the place because... Did I click that and did it open or not? Okay, come on. There's my thing. Sorry, this is just awkward. Where the freaking ship? Close that. Where is the freaking thing? I don't even see it there at all. That's frustrating. I don't like moving around. I had all this so carefully set up, and now I can't find that thing. Like, why in the world can I not? I know it's probably because it's down here. Oops, that's the bar. Oh well, we will try to just keep going, but how am I going to create effing ships? Why do we have no planetary governor? What the hell? Did someone die? Officer health. Officer blah blah blah. We have a new shipping line. Okay, who did I assign? Didn't I assign someone? Or did they kick the bucket? Or am I just freaking out? That's weird. I would have just sworn I did this, but either I did and someone kicked the bucket or I didn't. Okay, you're it. Let's assign Ellis Hutchinson. That's very odd because I'm going to have to go back and watch, but I would have sworn. And it could be someone died. I don't pay that close attention here. I know that there we finished that engine. Let's look at officer health. Civilian. There we go. Jake Henry has been killed in an accident. So I want to text this, make this text color something I can see. I can't see that. Honestly, it's and that's not going to be good. It's got to be here. I can sort of see that, but not very well. I have asthma and I'm colorblind. I've revealed all that in this episode. So, yeah, Governor of Earth had passed away. So there's, I'm sure, some kind of ceremony, and everyone paid their respects. When did that happen? 1st of September. Oh, the shit, that happened 8 months ago. That's what happens when you start just clicking this 30-day button up here. It just goes and it goes and it goes. Let's take a look at shipyard tasks. Adding, 26, 27. That's 48, and I can't do anything without getting that, so I might have to just put a cut in here. And I have 8 free labs again. Yeah, I'm really doing well. Fortunately, I'm not, what is the one? I want to say anal retentive, but that's not it. But I don't freak out when things aren't totally efficient, or otherwise I'd be flipping shit right now. But fortunately, I don't. So, what do we want? What else do we need? We have energy. We have defensive. What about logistics and ground control? Let's take a look at that. Look at all this shit. See, I think we're way ahead where I usually start, and I'm not quite sure why that happened. I don't even know how, most of this is about troop transports and all that. I don't even know how to use the ground troops. Something I have to figure, obviously. Brigade headquarters. That sounds awesome. I don't know that I need to devote She only could have 5 labs, apparently. No, 10. Who took it? That's odd. 5 instead of 10, but so there's 3 left. I have a DS up there still. Madison Stewart. Biology and genetics. I don't know. I suppose terraforming module is a good thing to get. And then we'll go for the next one here. This is why I tend to, wow, if I can even find it. What is that? BG. I'll just queue that up. This is why I tend to just queue a bunch of things, because I don't follow these. This is a much the less interesting story to me. Usually the most interesting story is what's going on in terms of technology, in terms of like ships and minerals and planets and jump things and all that. DS, let's just drop beta shields on there. Let's drop damage control. Let's drop composite armor. Cloaking, I don't know. EW. Let's drop that on there. And let's drop, tracking speed. Yeah, I don't know what I did, how I got ahead this far ahead. I mean, I know part of it is Transnewtonian, but it just seems like I'm way ahead of where I usually am. Let's just tag that on there. Now, Connor's got a bunch. Rachel's got a few. Naomi has some. Who else? Elise Foster. She's got some. It's probably good for now. Let's see, we're up to, well, only 20 labs still, so our industry is not kicking them. No, it's kicking them out slowly. Military Academy's almost done. I could put that 20 on there, and that will help. The infrastructure is kind of a long-term thing to build. I'm so glad we have a lot of geranium and Sorium, at least. We have a lot of things, but well, I would like to go on, but since I can't seem to make any ships here, either because it's glitched out on me or for whatever reason, I guess I'm gonna have to put a stop here. I don't want to. I do need to keep an eye every couple of years, every like 2 years. I figured on this thing or somewhere, I have figured like 2-year tours, but I've also, this is the most recent thing I broke down, is increasing tours by rank. So that basically your tour length is whatever your rank is. So a 1 is a 1, etc. And I think that makes sense, because if somebody became like first Space Lord, we're going to want to keep them around as long as possible. Let me just, before I go, take a quick look here. Nobody's eligible for promotion there. Most of these are 4 months only. There's a year and 4. I should also look at health while I'm doing this. There's Fair Robert Berry. You are hereby retired due to medical. And yeah, medical disability is a thing in the military, so I don't feel bad about that. Actually, it kind of clears things up, so I feel good about that. Yeah, see, we are only like a year and a half in, so we're in no hurry yet, but I want to get things going. So I guess I will end it here because of this problem, which somebody would say very easily, oh, you just hit like G. No, it's not G. F1, F2, F3. See, before I go too far, I'm like totally screw things up. So I'm just going to go and restart and bring you episode 2. As I said, casual playthrough, so I hope you don't mind if I'm just kind of yakking or, as things just move along. Hold on, what is this? Nope. Okay. So I will be back shortly with episode 2. This is Cobalt Z. Thank you for watching, and I will talk with you soon.